So, ma'am, once the students are available to join, we could just start accepting them. But I have here Rosanna and Jenny. They are two of the most active and participative students of the logistics and supply chain. And now I think I have Christian on the line. So you could just start.
Grabe yung description na, sir.
Pakilala kayo kay ma'am, ha? Pakilala kayo kay ma'am.
Baka mag-expect si ma'am ng sobra.
Mahirapan mo, magagaling sa mga students na to. If you could just use at least English as a medium, because we would have the students, non-Filipino students, and we will send this.
I'll go there.
Okay.
Hi, Christian.
How many of them? So that you know that I could start already the
I think you could.
Sir.
Around 2.
Alright.
So you could wait for those who could also. Pakilala kayo kay Ms Janice ninyo.
Hello po.
Yes, Ms Janice.
Yes. Your area code now.
Yes. Makabait kayo.
Sir, ba't mo kami iiwan? Don't leave us!
Bukas naman talaga yung klase natin, di ba?
Akala ko wala na tayong pasok tomorrow. Grabe ka.
Meron pa rin.
Dapat exempted na kami, di ba no, Ms Jenny?
Mamaya, pag maganda yung feedback ni Ms Janice. Ayan pala ma'am yung audio. If you could just turn it off. Anyway, I'll just go to other.
Ako, matatalent ako nito.
Ay, sige po.
Naku ma'am, mahina kami sa math.
Kabayan sila po lahat.
Opo.
So far yung nakalaging kabayan lang.
Kabayan ng lahat. So parang hindi ako mahirapan dito sa English.
Ay, but you have to speak in English yata kasi ipe-present niya yata bukas to.
I think so.
I thought tomorrow there will be no class.
May klase pa daw, sabi ni Joel.
Be aware
Because
of class.
gagaling ko lang bakasyon. Kala ko walang pasok bukas.
Bakasyon ulit, Christian.
Nag 2 days holiday kami ng family.
Oh, Jenny is very familiar with me. I don't know if I've seen you here. Here na po.
Naku, lagot Jenny. Familiar ka daw, ka-family ka.
Baka ako yung most wanted na hinahanap niyo. Hindi nagbabayad yung company.
Ma'am, isa-send mo rin sa amin to?
Yes, natanap ba? Ay, hindi.
Let me check.
Wala pa po.
Okay, wait a minute.
Wala pa, wala pa.
Can you open the AC, please?
Sure. Sure, Christian, sure.
Ika lang ha, kasi isi-send ko to sa inyo.
Recorded po naman to, di ba?
Yes po.
Kahit hindi ko makuha-kuha. Excel pivot.
Kung isi-send ni Sir Joel.
For now, I will stop the sharing for now, huh? Because I can send it. I can successfully send it. Because I. Yeah. Dapat make sense.
Big file po, ma'am.
iOS problem. It says here is iOS problem.
Baka po malaki yung file.
It's okay. I'll try to figure out here. Anyway, it's 2:07. So I'll start my class. I'll start discussing this topic at exactly 2:15. I think that's what Mr. Joel said. Let's see here. Currently in use television. Oh, wait a minute. So, okay, there you go. Okay. So I send the sample data. Then the file name of my discussion for this afternoon is named sample data. Okay. So the topics, by the way, that I will be discussing this afternoon is all about the pivot table definition. It's all about the pivot table, how to use the pivot table, and also I have provided here, I included a sample data, which is the names order. Okay, so this is just an example. And pivot table and also VLOOKUP. Okay, that's another topic that I'm going to discuss. And how to write, how to use the VLOOKUP, some of the errors that you might be encountered, okay, in using or in writing the VLOOKUP. Para alam natin. Okay, some of the errors. And next is the relationship. Okay, the relationship, there should be a relationship between tables. So that is another way, or that is another uses of the VLOOKUP. It's not like writing a VLOOKUP on just merely from one table, but we can also look at the table or a data from a separate table. And also the this lookup table, this will be used later for the relationship, and as well as some of the tips and tricks. All right, and I hope we still have time for the tips and tricks, because as far as I know, I'll be only discussing, or I will only be having 1 hour, 2 to 3 p.m. And then if we still have time, or not that way, but Sir Joel said that I can give you assignment for days.
I thought it's until 4 p.m., ma'am.
He said it's 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. That's what he said to me. That's why I wait a minute, let me run through it. Yeah.
2 to 4. Huh?
The message that I got from Sir Joel is 2 to 3 p.m. This is virtual, and the batch is MS, Excel, and that. So that's why I only prepared 1 hour discussion. But it's okay if we can extend more until 4. But I have an appointment for 4 p.m. 3 to 4, because Sir Joel asked me to have a class for 2 to 3.
Okay, because the message he sent us was 2 to 4.
Oh, I see.
It's okay.
Or maybe my class with you guys is until 3 p.m. But maybe he will finish it in by himself in 4 p.m. Maybe. I'm not sure of it. Okay, by the way, before anything else, it's already 2:12. So before we start the proper discussion of the topic for this afternoon, the VLOOKUP, and also the pivot table, and some of the tips and tricks on using the Excel. Before anything else, I would like to introduce myself to you. My name is Janice Moynay. You can call me Janice, or actually my nickname is Aki Ani. Okay. So I am a Cebuana, and it's my 1 year, not 1 year, but 1 month. 1 month here in UAE. I arrived here in UAE last July 30, and then I got quarantined in Dubai for 12 days before I crossed the border here in Abu Dhabi, because it changed right the time that I landed here in Dubai. Abu Dhabi changed the protocol, so that's why I stayed for 12 days in Dubai before I crossed the border here in Abu Dhabi. So
Welcome to UAE, ma'am.
yeah, thank you. And so far, I love the environment. I love my job here. Actually, I'm new in FI. This is my second Friday here in FI. And in the Philippines, my work there, I am a former executive secretary of school there in the Philippines. And I am an IT teacher for 8 years. Yeah, for 8 years. And here, I'm so in love with FI. It's really nice to share your ideas. You're able to share your ideas to different people. Yeah, I got to explore already. Okay, so it's already 2:14. So I guess I can start now. I have Jenny, I have Rosanna, Christian, and Sandy. I think this. All right. So the introduction before I proceed to the definition of the pivot table, the Vlookup, and the tips and tricks on Excel. In here, this afternoon's topic, I'm going to discuss the definition and the uses. First thing is the pivot table. Now, the pivot table and how to write also the Vlookup formula. Okay, because in Excel, we really need to know the formula. Okay. And then there are two main causes of errors, no, in using Vlookup. Okay, hi, good afternoon. And also, let's talk about the table relationship. Okay, the table relationship from one table to another table using the Vlookup. And the steps at first math. Okay, so these are the topics that I'm going to discuss this afternoon. All right, so let's move on now for the pivot table definition. Okay, first, a pivot table. This is the use of pivot table is to automatically summarize your data. Okay, and it can slice, or you can slice and dice in a million different ways. Okay, aside of using the filter, aside of using the sorting out the data from A to Z, from Z to A, and the using of filters and Excel. So if you have a big data, really big data, very huge data, then pivot table is very important. Okay, so I'm going to show you later on how to use this pivot table. So for example, I have here an example data. This is just a very small data. I have only one total of 20 data. And this is it's all about the product. Okay. I have this order number column, the customer number column, and the order date, and the product number, the quantity, the unit price, the total cost, and the order category. All right. So this is an example data. Again, this is just a very small data composed of 20 data only. Okay, but this is different if you're already working in an industry. You're able to.
Ms Janice,
Yes, po.
medyo nakaka-distract po yung background. Sa inyo po ba yun?
Yes po, medyo hindi ko rin naiintindihan masyado. Sorry.
Okay po, patayin ko yung ma'am, itong speaker. Itong mag-headset.
Headset na lang. Oo, sige.
Try mo nga ma'am if we'll go through.
Okay, wait lang.
Ayan, okay na po yan. Clear na siya.
Pag itong okay na ganito.
Okay na po. Clear siya.
Try mo nga
Okay.
maririnig nila.
Ito po, naririnig niyo ako?
Yes, ma'am. Okay na
Yes
yan.
po.
Okay, kina.
Okay na.
Kanina medyo sige. Oo.
Half po kasi yung nadidinig namin, ma'am.
Okay. Kasi may mga bisita si Sir Joel may mga teachers din.
Busy yan si Sir Joel.
Oo nga, napaka-busy tao. Napaka-busy tao.
Pa-autograph naman, sir.
Iba talaga pag artista, no? Okay, so I am going to go back from the very start. It's okay, it's all right. Okay, so again, this afternoon, I'm going to discuss the pivot table. Please tell me, do not hesitate to butt in if I am speaking too fast. Okay, so please tell me so that I would adjust my, kasi iba kasi kapag it's really different in discussing face to face and also in here in virtual. Okay.
So far, it's okay, Ms Janice.
Okay, thank you. Because it really matters, for example, in internet connection, or maybe some of instances would be a lot of ideas coming into my head. Okay, and then I didn't notice the way I speak, the way I delivered my piece here. So that's it. So please, I will not be get offended. Please tell me if I'm speaking too fast already. All right, so going back again from the start, introduction to pivot table, the VLOOKUP, and the tips and tricks on Excel. So I'm going to discuss definition and the uses of the pivot table and the VLOOKUP, and how to write the VLOOKUP formula. And there are two main causes of errors in using the VLOOKUP. So we're going to run through it. We're going to familiarize it, okay? And also the table relationship, okay? The table relationship from one table to another table and to another table, because VLOOKUP, it's not just only exclusive for a single table. You can create, or you can yes, you can write VLOOKUP from different tables. So that's how you are creating relationship between two tables. And the last is the stops at first match, right? So we're going to discuss that. What does it mean to read the stops at first match? All right, so let's proceed to the definition of a pivot table. So pivot table, it automatically summarizes your data. Okay, that's the purpose. That's the purpose of creating a pivot table, that used to summarize us, and that is you can slice and dice in a million different ways. Meaning to say, you have a very big data, you have a huge data, but by using the pivot table, you can slice it up into pieces with I have here example. This is the order. I named it as order. Okay, this is all about the product, the quantity, the customer number, the order date, the unit price, the total cost, and the order category. Now in here, the purpose of the pivot table is to use to summarize the big data that you have. But I have here in my example, it's just a very small data. I only have 20, okay? But if you're working in an industry with having a very huge data, then pivot table is the easiest way to slice it up. And that this is also very important, most especially if you are reporting to your superior, and then there might be in this kind of data, your superior would be needing only the order number or the product number and the quantity, okay, being ordered, all right, being purchased by the purchasers, all right. So either there are some of the columns here, data, that are not that important in creating reports. So what you have to do is to create a pivot table, so that you can directly go to your report. All right. So now, how are you going to create pivot table? Wait, let me. Wait lang ha. Oops. I'm not used to this. Wait a minute. I don't know how to move this, because I might click something here that would end this class, and that I don't want to happen. Wait a minute. What? No. How to move this? Wait a minute. Hide the video panel. No, hide. Meeting controls. This is the meeting control. Whoops. Ah, there you got it. Thank you. Okay. All right. So now let's proceed in creating pivot table. So all you have to do, this is now the sample data. Okay. So let's go to insert here. Go to insert and then pivot table. Okay, insert pivot table, and you can even insert the pivot chart. So the pivot chart, it should be based on the pivot table that you've created based on this order data. And some of the Excel version, it has recommendation. Okay, but I noticed here there is no recommendation for the pivot table. So some of the some of the versions of Excel, there is one button here for the recommendation. Okay, so there are recommended pivot table based on your data. But I noticed that there is no pivot recommendation here, but it's all right. So we can create new one. So just click this pivot table. Okay, and this is the range. Okay, as you notice, this is the select a range. So order, this order here, this one, it's coming from this sheet. Okay, the sheet name is order. And this is the reference. Okay, this is the reference. That is from A1. I am using the column A. Okay, column A, row 1, and up to column H. Okay, column H to row 21. So this is row 21. See? So this is the range. Okay, so this is my sheet name and the range of my data. So you can use external data source. Okay, you can use that, or you can also click this for new worksheet or existing worksheet. Okay, so your basis is here, and then if you want to create a new worksheet, you can, or existing worksheet. So for us, in my example here, in my discussion, I'm going to create a new worksheet. Okay, for my pivot table. So just click that new worksheet and then click OK. So this is now my pivot table. As you noticed, this is a pivot table 1. This is to build a report. Choose fields from the pivot table field list. Now this is the field list. Okay, as you noticed, this is my field list. The drag fields onto pivot table area. So this is my pivot table area. What you are going to do here is just you need to get these fields and then drag it here, anywhere here. All right. So where did I got this? Okay, I'd never typed this here. So this area here, these are my field list. This is coming from my order. I have the order number, the customer number, the order date, the product number, the quantity, the unit price, the total cost, and the order category. So I have it here. These are my fields. I have the order number, this, the customer number, the order date. So same. Okay. So that's for the pivot table. Sheet 1. Okay. So again, going back. Okay, going back. Sample D. No. Oh, oops. Sorry. Okay, example again. How to insert, how to make a pivot table. Click the insert and then pivot table. Okay, so pivot table and then new worksheet. Click OK. So after that, you will proceed to the field list. So these are my columns in my order. Okay, order sheet. And then these are the different columns, the order date and the, where is it? I'm going to pin this. Sorry, going to pin this first. Let's keep on hanging. Insert pivot, oops. Yeah. Pivot table, new worksheet. Okay. So for example, you're being instructed to get the total cost. Okay, the total cost of your order. So the total cost. So again, drag fields onto pivot table area. So simply click this and drag it in the values. Okay, so it's here. So every time you drag these fields here, okay, that will be automatically be displayed onto your worksheet. All right. So sum of total cost. So where did you got this? Okay. So we get this, the total cost from our order. All right. For the values, that is automatically summing up all the orders. Okay. Summing up all the orders. And after that, if you wanted to if you wanted to know, if you want to know the product numbers of this value, okay, the product numbers of this value, you can click the product number and then proceed to the row. You can do that in row or you can do that in columns. Okay, so meaning to say, you've added the product number and the of course the total cost. So the product one, again, these products, this data here is coming from order. Okay, order sheet. So this product number one, the total cost is 8,000. Okay, the product 100, the total cost is 31,200, and a total of, still we have the grand total, the 346,720. All right, so this is an example. This is in row. You can also drag this if you don't want this kind of display. You can also drag this to the column. Okay, something like this. So this would be the this would look like this one. Okay, but it's visible enough in rows. Okay, let's go back to rows. All right, and next, for example, aside of having this product number and the total of the total cost of each products here, you can even filter it. Okay, so you can even filter this. Okay, you can apply filters. So we're going to apply filters. So just click this drop down arrow and then you can select all. If you wanted to just filter out the products, for example, just only the product 100 and the product 99, the 68 and 67, 68, 65. These are only the products that you wanted to show in your report. Okay, so for example, this one, so you just apply the filter and then click OK. So therefore, only the selected products can be shown on your pivot table. All right, but if you want to select all, then just click this filter, the drop down, and then select all and then OK. So that's the time all the products are showing here. And also the grand total. All right, so that is for next is okay. Oops. Okay. Next is the, for example, another data that you wanted to add. Not only the product number and the total cost. For example, you wanted to also include the order date. Okay, so when these products being ordered, being purchased, so you wanted to know how many sales that you got in this particular date. Okay, you wanted to know the order date. So you can also drag the order date and drag here in rows. Okay, you can do that as well. Okay, so every time you drag, if you wanted this order date to be placed in columns, okay, this would look like. But this is not that a good in displaying the it can create confusion. Okay, and who was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let's see. I think there's no one who wanted to join. I'm sorry. Sorry for the interruption. This is not for me. Sorry. I thought it's for me. All right. So going back, okay. So this is how to use the pivot table. It's easy as that. Okay, again, from the definition itself, it summarizes your data. Okay, this is used merely to create or to, yes, to create reports. And this is used to slice and dice in a million different ways. I hope you got the idea of a pivot table. Okay, and one more thing, let's add one more. For example, you wanted to know who are these customers who purchased these products. Okay, you can add the customer number here in rows. Okay, so if you don't want the display, you can also do that in columns, and you can also filter out. All right, just apply filter here. Okay, you can apply filter here. So if you want in ascending order, in descending can be. Okay, for example, in the date. All right, so let's try to apply filter on the date. It's ascending. Oops, wait a minute. Descending and ascending. Why it's not working? Select all. Wait. Naninibago talaga ako. I'm not, wait a minute. The toolbars, because I get to use the Windows 2010 value filter, date filter, and more sort options. Okay, order dates from A to Z. Okay, but it's not working. Why? It isn't working. Nevertheless, it's customer products. Let's try the ascending for the price. See, it's not really working. Okay. Apply filter and ascending. It's not really working. I don't know why. For the filter, this is supposed to be working. All right. So again, okay, for the order date, let's try this one, filter. Okay, filter out, add to row labels. Okay, still not okay here. It's all. See, it's not really working. See, this is okay. All right, so nevertheless, again, if this is a pivot table, this is where to create or how to create a pivot table. All right, so just simply drag the different data, the different fields into the pivot table in creating reports. Again, this is used to create reports, used to summarize reports. All right, so this is all about the pivot table, simple as it is. Okay, I would like to apologize because I wanted to, it's not really working. I wanted to, maybe I'm not used to this, but it's all right. Okay, so this is the order. This is my example. All right, so we are done. Simple as it is. Okay, the Vlookup, I mean the pivot table is very basic. All you have to do is just need to know the range of the cells. Okay, the range of the data. Make sure of it, because if you will click somewhere here, the data, it's not here, does not belong here in any different cells here. So it should be, you need to click on the data itself. All right, for you to, for the pivot table visible. All right, the range of the pivot table. Okay, so just simply drag and drop. And then after that, explore. Okay, so that's all for the pivot table. Now let's proceed to the VLOOKUP. Now, before we proceed in creating VLOOKUP, let's familiarize first the definition. Now, the VLOOKUP, it looks for the value, oops, lacking E. It look for a value in a column. This is what you're going to remember, that the VLOOKUP should first get the value in column, not in a row. It should be vertical. That's why it named as a VLOOKUP, because V stands for vertical. Okay, so VLOOKUP, look for a value in a column and return a result from a cell in the row where a match is found. Okay, so for example, I have here a very simple data. It's Starbucks. So allow us to answer the question, what is the price of the cafe mocha size grande? Okay, so you need to remember the definition of the VLOOKUP. The first things first is that vertical, it should look for the value in a vertical alignment or in column. And after that is to look for the row. Okay, just to look the result from a cell in the row where match is found. So that's why here I have this example data, the Starbucks, having these menus, the tall, the grande, and the venti. And first is, this is the number one. First is, for using the VLOOKUP, it should look for the vertical. Okay, the vertical or the value in column. And since we are talking about the mocha, I'm going here. Okay, so I am asking for the cafe mocha. So when it is being searched vertically, these fields being searched vertically, these classic favorites, then if found cafe mocha, so that's the time that it will look for the cell in a row. Okay, and it should be in the grande. So this is the next column. So the VLOOKUP will search for this row, and this is the grande. So that's the time the VLOOKUP will find this exact price. Okay, so how you're going to write? How you're going to write for the VLOOKUP? Okay, simple, very simple definition of the VLOOKUP. V stands for vertical, so meaning to say it looks for the value in column, and then after that return a result from the cell in a row where a match is found. Okay, so write a VLOOKUP. Okay, so I have here a very simple data again. So I'm basing on the shall we say Starbucks, because I missed Starbucks. All right, so now the question, what is the price of cafe mocha grande? Okay, what is the price? Okay, so this is based on the Excel definition. VLOOKUP, again, if we're going to create formula or function, we should start with the equal sign. Otherwise, it will not return as the expected value that you want. Okay, so VLOOKUP, and then first is look up the value, and then the table array, the column index number, and the range lookup. All right, so how to define this? So when we say VLOOKUP, lookup value, so value to look for. Okay, so we get to know the value, where the value to look for. Next is the range to look in. Okay, that's what we call the table array, the range to look in. And then the column index number, that is the column number of a value to return. And lastly is the range to look up. So approximate or exact match. When we say exact match, when we say approximate, that is the meaning of it is true. And this is conditional, all right? So the meaning of the approximate is true and the exact match is false. Okay, don't be confused of this. All right, so let's try to search. Let's try to search for the price of the cafe mocha grande with the size grande. So equal sign, we just have to type the VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. So by that, so here, okay, so it's not that hard for you because you have the syntax. Okay, when we say syntax, it's the formula. I'm just using the word syntax because this is the standard, or shall we say the common word for the information technology, okay, or the CS, computer science. So syntax or the formula. So lookup value. All right. So for the lookup value, it's you are looking for the what are we looking? The cafe mocha. So click the cafe mocha. So that's in column A and the row 5. And then separated by comma, we should follow this. So separated by comma, and then the table array. Okay, what is this table array? So we need to start the range to look in. Okay, the range to look in. So in here, let's drag it here. So this is our range. So where can we find the price of the mocha, of the cafe mocha? So this is where we get from the tall, from the grande, and the venti. All right, so that's the B, the column B and the row 2 to the column D to row 6. And then after that, comma, and then the column index. When we say column index, where or what is the exact column number of the size we are looking? So it's in the grande. So it's in the first, second, it's in the column, column C, right? So this is column A, column B, column C. So it's in C, right? Or shall we say 2? 2, right? Okay, 2. And then separated. And then when we say false, that is exact match. When we say true, that is approximately match. So we need to get the exact match. We need to get the exact price of the cafe mocha. So it's the false. So type of false. And then close parenthesis. And then enter. Oops. Sorry. What's this? F2. Oops. No. F4. Iba talaga to. In here. Going back. A5, B2. For the range, we'll include this. Enter. Okay. Cafe mocha tall. It's in the 3. So this is in the 3 column because we added classic favorites. Okay. Our reference. So it should be 3 and then enter. So this is now the price of the cafe mocha grande. It's 55. So again, I'm sorry for my mistake because I did not include this favorite, the classic favorites. Again, let's do it again. Equal sign, Vlookup, open parentheses, and then the value to look for. So we need to get the value of cafe mocha separated by comma, and then the table array. So including the cafe latte and cafe americano. That's it. And then comma, and then it's in the 3rd column. First, second, third. Why it's 3rd? It's because we need to count this as 1 because this is belong to our range. Okay, the table array. So this is 3. So that the VLOOKUP will look for the 3rd column. Okay, and then false. We need to type the false. It's because we need to get the exact match, exact price. And then enter. So it's 55. So let's check cafe mocha grande. It's 55. All right. So another thing, we wanted to look for the price of the venti cafe americano. Okay, cafe americano equal sign VLOOKUP, open parentheses. We're looking for the value of the cafe americano separated by comma, and then the table array. Here, the cafe latte up to the cafe americano, and then separated by comma, and the number of the column. We're looking for the size venti of a cafe americano. So venti is on the 4th column. So it's 4 separated by comma, and then we need to get the exact match. So for you to get the exact match, you need to type the false and then close parentheses and then enter. So therefore, we got the 75 dirham. All right, so that is for the VLOOKUP. That's and how to use the VLOOKUP. This is for the first table, okay? But how are we going to use the VLOOKUP in the next table? So that's how we can create now the table relationship. But before we proceed to that, let's talk about the errors of the VLOOKUP, the possible errors of the VLOOKUP. Okay, so you might, it's really not a perfect thing if you know the all the functionalities of Excel, but there might be instances that you might be that you can encounter errors, most especially in VLOOKUP. So it's very important that we should know how to handle errors in VLOOKUP. So what are the possible errors of VLOOKUP? So in here, this is same, we have the same data, and we need to get the how much will his order cost for size grandes. So meaning to say we need to get the grandes total of these classic favorites. All right, and take note, we have this, okay, and I missed this. Okay, so we have this data here. So I really included this just so for you to know the possible errors that you might encounter. Okay, so we'll be looking for the grande size. So Cafe Americano, again, let's go to the VLOOKUP, equal sign, VLOOKUP, lookup, and then Cafe Americano, comma, the table array or the table range, comma, and then we are looking for the grande size. So 1, 2, 3, so it's on the third column, comma, and then false. Enter. So it's 65 dirham. All right. Now we're going to, you're going to filter it out, okay, or fill in. All right. So it's very, we used to it. If we just created one formula, and then after that you're going to filter it out, you're going to fill in the rest of the cells. But in the VLOOKUP, you should be careful. Okay, you should be careful. It's because it will matter, because we have a table range here. We have a table range, so it doesn't mean that when you filter it out, go downward, you expect that the same formula, but it will matter on the table array, on the range of our data, right? So why? So let's try this one. So let's try to fill in. Let's try to drag this. Okay, so you will get a result in A and 0 in A, and then the cafe macchiato, this is 65, so it's wrong. Okay, so the rest of the data here are wrong. Okay, it's because it's not that you can apply the filling in, okay, the same formula. So let's investigate. So this is now, okay, this is now the formula. So try to observe, okay? We have the VLOOKUP and then the A7. Cafe Mocha, it's not in the A7 reference, okay? It's not the A7. It's not in the A7. A7, it's nothing here. Okay, so that's why it's not applicable to fill in, to just filter, go downward. All right, so you need to, so we're looking for the Cafe Mocha. So Cafe Mocha is A5. And the table range, okay, the table range, see, from when we filtered out, we fill in A3 to D7. So A3 started from cappuccino. So it's not from the cafe latte. So let's try to A2 up to the D6, because we don't have the data on the day 7. On the D7, sorry, it's not day. All right, and then for the grandes, yes, this is correct. It's on the third column, and then false. So by that time, you can get the exact data or exact amount of the Cafe Mocha, which is 55. And then cafe latte, same. Okay. So when you filter or when you fill in, when you fill in the same formula, it doesn't mean that you can get the exact data, the exact result. It's because it will go down. Okay. So from the row down. Okay. So that's it. So this again, just edit this. The cafe latte here, and then the range. Okay, the range is A2 to D6, and still. All right, and in A, okay, for the NA, it's because, why it is in A, even if this is correct, because Sunmig Light, it's not in our data. Okay, even if it's even if our this is another error. Okay, this is the first error is you cannot fill in, you cannot do the same, just write the first formula and then drag it down. You cannot do that. Okay, so the second error is that the data is missing. All right, here there is no such thing as Sunmig Light here in our classic favorites, so that's in A. All right, and then lastly, okay, lastly is this one. But this is this an error? Cafe Macchiato 65. Yes, this is an error. Okay, see the range, it really go down. Okay, the range and also the value to look in. Okay, this should be A2. No, not A2, but caramel macchiato 84. It's A4, and this is A2, and then D6, and enter. All right, and another error is that when you type this is caramel macchiato, but if you add one space, okay, one space, if you add one space and then you're going to shall we say you're going to fill in, drag it down one formula and then drag it down, still that is an error. Okay, when you type caramel macchiato with space, okay, that will result also into NA. So it should be, you should be careful in using the Vlookup. So it should be without the space after you type the whole word. Okay, so those are just the errors of the that might encounter in Vlookup. Next is the relationship. Okay, okay, so next is the relationship. I have another, this is another data. Okay, I'll be using the two data, okay, this relationship and this one. Okay, these are my examples, the product category. All right, so how are we going to look for a data from two tables and then combine into one? Okay, let's combine it into one. Okay, so this one, relationships, and then for lookup table. All right, so let's try to, okay, use this. Okay, we'll get the product category from here. Okay, we have the product name and we have the category. Okay, I'm sorry if I used these words because I thought that the students I'll be having this afternoon, it's all kabayan. My apology. Okay, so relationship. All right, so we're going to get the product category of this. Okay, we're going to add product category. So I created this. Okay, so I have this product name. Okay, the same with the product name here, but the only thing that I needed here is the product category where this product name belonged. Okay, so what should we do using a VLOOKUP? So equal sign, VLOOKUP. Okay, and the lookup value, it's here, the product name, comma, and then the table array. So proceed to the lookup table, another table. So it's here, drag it down there. Okay, in the category from here to B4 down there in B14. All right. And then after that, it's the, wait a minute. Okay, for the column, it's 1 and 2. So this is 2 and then false. Oops, it's in A again. D2 for lookup table, B4. Yes, this is correct. B4 to 14. And then 2. 1, 2. And then false. What's the problem? What seems to be the problem? If this is 1, no. 1, 2, 3,
Should it
4,
be on the
5,
other table,
6.
sir, Janice?
No, because we need to get this. We need to get the product category should be placed here, and this is
Yeah,
the
from
basis.
for the product name, should it be this basis? The basis is on the next table also.
Wait a
Instead of
minute. We'll try.
D2, instead of D2, it should be this A4.
So this in the relationship we're talking Vlookup. So this is what you mean to say? It's A4.
Yeah, and then space, and then the table array would be the same table.
Table array, and then it's 2, and then false. Why I'm getting mistakes? No, it's not. Because this is our basis. Wait, let me figure it out. Let me figure it out. This one, and then comma, because this is where we can look up for the table for the value. Okay, the category is coming from the separate table. And then after that, let's proceed to the VLOOKUP for the lookup table. Let's try this one because I am just looking for the category. And then comma, it's the category, it's on the second column. And then false. Oh, it's different. See? Oh, I see. It's here. So asin is maalat. Okay, so it's here. It's 2. Yeah, that's 2. 1, 2. Why it's error?
Yeah, but earlier you did not choose the first column, Ma'am Janice.
See.
You did not choose that one.
I did
You
not
only
choose that one.
Yeah.
Yes,
You only
yes, I'm
choose the
sorry.
category.
Yeah, I only choose the category. I'm sorry. All right. Oops. Okay. So there you go. So if you're going to filter it out, then that's fine. Okay. So it will go directly, not the same on the single table. Okay. So that is for the VLOOKUP for the relationship of the table. So we have this one table named the relationship, and we have another table for the lookup. One more thing. Let's do it again. I'm sorry for my mistake. Okay. All right. So equal sign VLOOKUP. And then this data here, because we're going to get the category of these product names. So click this, and then comma, and then the table array. For the table array, we're not going to base here. It should be on for the lookup table. So in here, you need to include. Okay. So I think the first that the thing that I did is just the category. I just highlighted the category. Okay.
Yeah.
So this time, yeah. So this time, to get the correct result, the exact result, is you should include also the product name. Okay. And after that, we got already this table range, the A4 to B14. Okay. So go back to relationship, and then okay, and then let's proceed here. So the second category, the category is on the second column. So 2, and then false. All right, so there you got the maalat, and then you can filter it out. Okay, That's it. And oh my gosh, it's already 3. And for the tips and tricks. Okay, for the tips and tricks, in here, for the quick analysis tool, okay, I have here 3 tips and tricks. Since we don't have enough time, but I just, shall we say, YouTube, YouTube video that you can search. For the quick analysis tool, for example, this is our data, all right, and then you wanted to have a quick list. Okay, first thing, quick list, first thing, okay, here. And also the filter. You can also choose, you can also apply the filter of the product name and the category. Very simple, just product name, and then go to, can even right click this, okay, and also this for the quick analysis tool, for the data, okay, data validation. Okay, any value. You can even click this for the list. Okay, apply, ignore cell. Okay, apply changes. See, it's not list. Okay, wait a minute. For this one example. List. Blank. Data validation. Okay. So in here. So you can type, for example, here, you can type, or here. You can choose 3. Okay, so this is a quick access tool, quick analysis tool. Okay, and in here, you can also click the auto filter, or you can just look at here on the toolbar. Okay, on the toolbar, the auto filter, or to sort. Okay, to sort it in ascending or descending. Okay, so you can even expand here. Oops, sorry. Okay, you can sort it out. Oops, why it's placed here? Okay, here. So you can sort it out. You can select all items, or you can just select one of the products. Okay, so simple as that. So these are just the quick, the tips and tricks. And then in here for the list. Okay, for the list, for the drop-down list. Oh, I'm late already. I'm sorry, I'm really in a hurry because I have an appointment. Oh no, not filter, just the list. Okay, insert, and then, oh no, I just show the quick access tool. This is just the same, okay? The quick access tool, the name of the, shall we say, the name of the trick and the tip, it's just quick access tool. So these are the inclusion of the quick access tool, the filter and the drop-down list. And since I don't have enough time, you can also please just to view more of the tips and tricks, you can watch the YouTube. Okay, so if you have some time. All right, so I think that's all for the VLOOKUP in the pivot table of you in Excel. Do you have any questions? Clarifications?
So,
Any violent
yeah.
reactions?
Relax lang, Ms Janice.
Yes po.
So you cannot use the fill in, and you cannot use the copy paste also for the VLOOKUP. Kasi the data will change.
Oh,
because the data will change.
Yes, okay. Exactly.
Okay.
How about the others? Do you have any clarifications? Is it clear for the pivot table and the VLOOKUP. It's just maybe it's hard for the first time, second time, third time, but if you're used to it and if you'll practice it, then that will not matter at all. If you'll practice for the pivot table and the lookup.
Ma'am, the video is already recorded, right? So we can,
Yes, it's
Okay.
already recorded.
because it's really hard to understand if your first time that you are doing the formula. So
Yeah. It's true.
Agree.
Anyway, this is already recorded. No worries.
Okay, ma'am. That's the
Yeah.
important thing.
Yes,
Thank you.
so that you can run through from the very beginning
Yes,
until
yes.
the end.
We can take practice this one.
Yes, it's true. So any other questions, clarifications so far?
None so far, Ms. Janice.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your time. It's really fun. All right.
Thank you, Ms. Janice, also for the informative discussion.
Yes. And I think that's all for this afternoon. I'm sorry if you can see me that I'm in a hurry because I really have an appointment because Sir Joel said it's from 2 to 3. Yeah, that's why I grabbed the appointment for today, for this afternoon.
Okay, no problem, Ms. Janice.
All right.
Thank you
Okay,
very
I think that's
much.
all.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Lulangga. Kadali saan na nakagawas? Oh, sige. Kaya mo pagbuman sa klase na ko. Asa ko magpaabot? Tubangan luyo. Sige.
Ano ba yung ID number ko? Kunti lang. Ano sir, okay sa'yo? Okay ka
Tapos ngayon, may mga student pumunta ngayon, sir. Nag-iwan ko na ng payment sa akin. Kasi may mga pasok na sa
konti lang.